Hi Aries, this is Tisch Aitken, and this is your monthly report for the month of September 2022. If you could please subscribe to my channel, it would mean a lot as it really helps to build the channel. We've got a lot going on as usual. We had a very unusual meetup of the North Node of Karma with Uranus, the planet of ingenuity and chaos, and Mars set that pairing off all at 18 degrees of the fixed Earth sign of Taurus. And this occurred in your house of money, income, resources, and values. And when Uranus is setting something off, and in this case, it's still transiting with the North Node of Karma, it really wakes you up. It feels like you took 10 shots of adrenaline or espresso or maybe something stronger. We won't go there, but it feels off the charts, and it can make you feel like it's hard to focus, yet also brings flashes of the future. It makes you very innovative, and it makes you think on your feet. And we're still dealing with that energy. For you, it's waking up to new ways to be creative, to be productive in your work and earning money, to find new ways to earn income and perfect new skills or hone skills you already have and adapt in the new age of Aquarius, which, whether we like it or not, embraces technology. Taurus is a very creative, pragmatic, physical sign, and Uranus rules technology and social media. It's cerebral, it's not physical, and it's very rambunctious and chaotic and frenzied. Taurus is very grounded, but each of us is being encouraged to step out of our comfort zones to get the love and life we want in this very hectic time. We have a lot of retrograde energy. Mars entered the mutable air sign of Gemini on August 20th, and it entered your house of local community, teaching, gathering information, sales, marketing, and communication of all forms. And Mars will retrograde on October 30th at 25 degrees of the mutable air sign of Gemini. It entered its shadow on September 3rd, or it will enter its shadow when it gets to 8 degrees of Gemini, because that's the degree at which it stations direct on January 12th. And it will remain in Gemini through March 26th of next year. So Mars is really encouraging you to promote yourself, to get involved locally, to take classes or teach or take workshops, and also about reassessing your thinking, in a sense, how you can be more productive in morphing everything you've learned to what you're doing. And for all of us, it's kind of difficult in this time. And the other thing too, let's see, Venus is transiting in the fixed fire sign of Leo in your house of love and creativity. The Sun is transiting in the mutable earth sign of Virgo, bringing light to your house of work and health and habits. And Mercury will retrograde on September 9th, initially at 8 degrees and 55 minutes of the cardinal air sign of Libra in your house of relationships and partnerships. And then it's going to re-enter Virgo on September 23rd, and it will station direct on October 2nd at 24 degrees and 12 minutes of the mutable earth sign of Virgo. So you are reevaluating your relationships, a lot of focus on partnerships for you. You're reassessing your habits, your health, and how you take care of yourself. Mars enters its shadow on September 3rd, so we still have Mars direct. So use the month of September. It will retrograde at the end of October, so the closer you get to that date, it gets a little more tricky, but we have to work with what we've got to work with. I would not encourage doing something new altogether that you're launching when Mars is fully retrograde from October 30th through January 12th. But right now, Mars is direct. Mercury retrogrades 4 times a year. So you sometimes have to tweak it and redo things. But Mars only retrogrades every 2 years. And it's a outer planet from Mercury, and it moves more slowly, and it's really how we move ahead. So that's tough. So with all of that said, on September 1st, Mars makes a helpful aspect to Jupiter. That's good for feeling optimistic. Jupiter is still transiting in your sign. It will re-enter Pisces on October 28th. But this is good for you for networking, for socializing, and promoting yourself. On September 4th or September 5th, depending on where you live, Venus enters the mutable Earth sign of Virgo, where it will be through September 29th. And it's transiting in your house of work and daily routines and habits. And this adds beauty to your habits and to your work. On September 9th, Mercury retrogrades at 8 degrees and 55 minutes of the cardinal air sign of Libra. We feel the energy a few days before. It already entered its shadow on August 21st, and it will station direct on October 2nd. So again, it's retrograding in 2 signs, and it's retrograding in your house of relationships. So old lovers or friends or co-workers from your past may resurface. It's also a time to dig deep and see how things are going in your existing relationships. What can you fix? What needs to be improved? And how you're partnering with the world at large. On September 10th, there is a full moon that takes place at 5:59 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time at 17 degrees and 41 minutes of the mutable water sign of Pisces. Very sensitive energy, and this sets off where Neptune was about approximately 4 years ago. And so this is, when the moon's in Pisces, for you, it's in your house of spirituality and dreams and release. You could get very intuitive dreams or psychic dreams at that time, and it also is a time of releasing things that are no longer serving you, particularly in Pisces, which is the final sign of the zodiac and a sign of endings. On September 11th, the sun forms a positive aspect to Uranus, bringing innovative energy for work and for networking and financial opportunities. On September 16th, Venus squares Mars. That could be sexy energy, but it could definitely be a bit fiery and combative. The sun opposes Neptune. That could bring confusion. Some people could feel tired or drained with that energy. You could feel challenged at work. Maybe people are not being clear. Maybe you feel tired, drained with your work. And then on September 17th, the moon enters the mutable air sign of Gemini, and that brings more social energy, good for communication, and igniting where Mars is, doing a lot of exploration. On September 18th, let's see, Mercury opposes Jupiter, which is very fun energy. It can be a lot going on, but it can be very festive and celebratory. The sun forms a beautiful trine to Pluto, and that's when the planets are 120 degrees apart, and that is a very empowering energy where you feel just assured and you feel good, you feel strong. And on September 19th, Venus, the planet of love and beauty, forms a beautiful aspect to Uranus, the planet of innovation. This could be meeting somebody out of the blue. This could be really good energy for work opportunities. Maybe you meet somebody through work, but it definitely could bring for you unexpected financial windfalls and work opportunities, and it is very innovative and creative energy. On September 22nd, we have the fall equinox in the northern hemisphere, and the spring equinox in the southern hemisphere. It is the two times of when the sun is exactly above the equator, and it is equal day and equal night. And that is a time where you reflect on the season ahead. And in this case, I cast the chart for Washington, D.C., and the ascendant is Taurus rising with Uranus and the North Node right conjunct that, close to that point, bringing a lot of reawakening and awakening and, more of that anxious energy, but that brilliant energy, because realistically, we don't have much longer in the new age of Aquarius. How do we adapt to the frenzy in order to be the mad scientist or the brilliant entrepreneur that we need to all try to tap into in some way or another? And in the equinox chart, there is a lot of focus, I feel, on breaking out of your shell and embracing what you love, and I think that's really important. And the sun will be transiting in the cardinal air sign of Libra through October 23rd, transiting in your house of relationships and partnerships. Again, relationships are a really big focus. Mercury is retrograding in that sector for you, and the sun is transiting there. Venus will enter this area of your chart at the end of the month, so partnering in many different capacities is a big deal for you this fall. On September 24th, Venus, the planet of love and beauty, opposes Neptune, and that can be challenging with financial matters at work or disappointment in professional relationships. Deception could occur, or it could be just misunderstandings. On September 25th, there is a new moon that takes place at 5:55 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time at 2 degrees and 49 minutes of the cardinal air sign of Libra. And this new moon takes place in your house of relationships and partnerships. The new moon is always a time to plant new seeds and set intentions. This new moon is in your house of relationships where there is so much focus. So take advantage of that. And Venus, which rules the sign of Libra, the planet of love, value, and beauty, forms a beautiful angle to Pluto, the planet of transformation, transforming and empowering through love. On September 26th, September 26th, Venus meets up with Mercury. That's very creative energy. And the sun opposes Jupiter. That can be good for feeling really expansive and adventurous. I don't feel it to be a challenging energy. Just could be a lot going on. On September 27th, Mercury, the planet of communication, forms an excellent aspect to Pluto, really empowering your thinking, and you can achieve so much with your plans, your ideas, and any mental action you take, intellectual action you may take. I almost created a new word. And and Saturn forms a beautiful aspect to Mars on both September 27th and September 28th, depending on where you live. That structures your work, what you're trying to achieve. That brings stability to your actions. That's excellent. And on September 29th, Venus, the planet of love, money, and what you value, enters the cardinal air sign of Libra, which is your opposite sign. It will remain in Libra through October 23rd, lighting up with beauty and love your house of relationships and partnerships. Relationships are a huge focus. I'll say it again. I wish you a lot of luck, Aries, and thank you very much.